just want to ask y'all a real question. Whether you follow me or not, whether you subscribe to my channel or not, I know you watching. I'm gonna ask you a real question. What was wrong with what Vivek had to say to this question? Can you find a flaw? Put it in the comment section if you could tell me something that was wrong. Not that it made you feel some type of way, not that it hurt your feelings, not that it hurt your friend, cousins, baby daddy, friend, co-worker feelings, but did it really have a factual basis or not based on what he said when it comes to the LGBTQAARP protocol?
Bro, this is crazy, bro. This is insane, bro. Like, this is a real debate.
It is not compassionate to affirm a kid's confusion. That is not compassion, that is cruelty.
What I wanted to see last night, and it was hard to watch because there was a lot of overtalk, was substance. And the only two people on that stage that I saw say things were Nikki Haley and Chris Christie that made any sense. And I mean, if you have to pick someone on that stage, because there was a part that was really hard as someone who believes in the things I believe, when they all spoke about trans people, that actually almost made me emotional watching, because it's clear to me that not everyone on that stage is an evil person. They don't understand.
Vivek Ramaswamy, nobody has the ability in this entire race, in my opinion, including Trump, DeSantis, nobody have the ability like Vivek Ramaswamy to methodically point out reality in a very succinct, impactful way as the way that he expresses his thoughts in these particular subject matters. When he talked about the trans stuff, the kids transition and stuff, he did a better job explaining this than anybody on planet Earth. Now, the dumb brain dead women from The View got mad at this, but like
Vivek Ramaswamy, I've been seeing him a lot on TikTok and stuff, because he actually does what's the word I'm looking for? He tries to talk to the younger crowd of people, and I've been seeing him a lot on TikTok. But boy, oh boy, when I tell you people be getting mad at him, people get mad at him. Let's get it.
I just want to ask y'all a real question. Whether you follow me or not, whether you subscribe to my channel or not, I know you watching. I'm gonna ask you a real question. What was wrong with what Vivek had to say to this question? Can you find a flaw? Put it in the comment section if you could tell me something that was wrong. Not that it made you feel some type of way, not that it hurt your feelings, not that it hurt your friend, cousins, baby daddy, friend, co-worker feelings, but did it really have a factual basis or not based on what he said when it comes to the LGBTQAARP? Roll the clip.
I have to be very clear about this. Transgenderism, especially in kids, is a mental health disorder. We have to acknowledge the truth of that for what it is. I met two young women early in this campaign.
On parental rights in school.
Parents have the right to know. And you know what the hypocrisy of this is? Even New Hampshire failed to actually get past a piece of legislation here. The very people who say that this increases the risk of suicide are also the ones saying that parents don't have the right to know about that increased risk of suicide. And I'm sorry, it is not compassionate to affirm a kid's confusion. That is not compassion, that is cruelty. I met two young women, Chloe and Katie, early in this campaign, who are in their 20s, now regret getting double mastectomies and a hysterectomy. One of them will never have children. And the fact that we allowed that to happen in this country is barbaric. So I will ban genital mutilation or chemical castration under the age of 18, and parents have absolutely the right.
Would you try to pass a federal law that says parents should have that right?
We are going to require states absolutely have to follow that through.
We stand for parental rights.
Yes.
What I wanted to.
All right, you're gonna get to the dummies in a minute, but what did he have to say that was wrong?
Bro, this is crazy, bro. Y'all comment down below whether or not y'all agree with Vivek or Officer Tatum or not, bro. This is insane, bro. This is a real debate.
Mental disorder. If a kid is a boy and it's in his mind, he envisioned himself being what he think a girl is, because you clearly don't know what a girl is. You ain't never been a girl. How do you know what a girl is or what a girl feels like if you ain't never been a girl? It's a facade of what is going on in the mind that's, in my opinion, you're lusting for, you have a fetish for, imagining what it's like to be a girl, and that's what you want to embrace. It's nowhere in the world that you can feel like something that you've never been. You can feel like something that nobody can describe the feeling. What does it mean? I feel like I'm a girl. Now, I don't want to go down that path too far, but what he said was,
But I'm not gonna lie, sometimes when you having a good basketball game, you be feel like you can go to the league, bruh. I'm not even gonna hold you. It be feel like after you like go out and play basketball or you play your sport, y'all might play tennis. It be feel like you could go to the league today. Like if somebody came and got you a contract right now, you could be like, look, man, I can go to the NBA right now. I'm just playing, y'all. I'm just messing around. But yeah.
It's a mental disorder, and it is. It's called gender dysphoria. And I honestly believe kids on a multitude of levels, they cannot make decisions on what school they go to. They can't make decisions on which parent they live with. They can't make decisions on whether or not they can drive a car. They can join the military. They can buy alcohol. They can look at certain movies. I mean, kids, there's discretion for children who are under the age of culpability, even mental culpability. And somehow you think that a final decision of taking puberty blockers and changing your gender is something that kids somehow mature enough to understand that, and they can't understand all these other things. But let me play with the brain dead people.
He got a point. Like you can't even drive a car until you reach a certain age. Like you can't even get a learner's permit until I think 15. You gotta be at least 15 to get a learner's permit to drive a car. You're not even considered an illegal adult until you're 18. You can't vote until you're 18. You can't drink until you're 21. I don't even think you can rent a car until you're about 25. But then again, I don't know. I've never rented no car. But yeah, he has a point, I will say, because there's a lot of rules that come in society for children. And I would just say it gets kind of confusing when you have rules for some things, but not rules for other things. But hey y'all, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to subscribe.
From the view said. So we know where we stand. Roll the clip.
See last night, and it was hard to watch because there was a lot of overtalk, was substance. And the only two people on that stage that I saw say things were Nikki Haley and Chris Christie that made any sense. And
they want the people, she clearly said that because these are the people that have no chance of winning. The people that have substance, like Ron DeSantis, who has a track record, Vivek Ramaswamy, the coldest talking politician in the country right now, and then even Tim Scott. What, you can't hear Tim Scott? They don't want you to talk about them because they are the hardest hitting politicians right now on the Republican side.
I mean, if you have to pick someone on that stage, because there was a part that was really hard as someone who believes in the things I believe, when they all spoke about trans people, that actually almost made me emotional watching, because it's clear to me that not everyone on that stage is an evil person. They don't understand. And it shows me they don't know one single trans person. Yeah. They've never met anyone. And what's happening.
Vivek just said he had two women that regret that they had a mastectomy or whatever, triple mastectomy and double mastectomy, and they had I forget the other thing he had said. But he knew two people. He gave you an example of those two women.
I'm not even gonna lie. He did say he had two people on the stage. Like, it was just 6 minutes ago. He definitely said that.
Go online right now and show you a group of people who regret transitioning. So why they making this stuff up? They just talking. They making it up.
You've got a couple, which is so there are 1% of.
Look at your paper.
0.5.
Yeah, look at your paper.
% of all U.S. adults are trans. 1% of that 0.5% regret some kind of transition. Those people are in some kind of activist mission. So the only trans people, these people on this stage, have probably met in their lives is someone trying to convince them of something.
So why do they keep?
But just because a person doesn't come out and become an activist of regret the transition, don't mean that they don't regret the transition. These people got to be stupid to think that many people have transitioned and they don't regret it. You can look at people that got married. You think just 1% of people who complain about their marriage regret, they the only ones that regret it. There's a bunch of people that regret their marriage and they ain't never gonna say nothing. Regret having kids, they ain't never gonna say nothing. Regret the job that they've chosen, they ain't never gonna say nothing. I bet you there's probably 40, 50, 60% of people who transition who may have some regrets or doubts as to the validity and the reason why they actually did it. They may wish that they could have done something different, especially ones. And then let me tell you this, they're conflating.
There's a point.
How many, we're really talking about people that make the decision under the age of 18. Grown-ups making.
He is right, because as an adult, you probably regret certain things. I'm getting up there, but as an adult, you regret certain things. So when you're talking about kids, it's like a whole different ball game. So honestly, I'm just trying to learn, y'all, but I'm kind of confused on where she's coming from. But I will say, I didn't know that little of the population was trans. Like, it's only 0.5% of adults. That's a very, 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 very small number.
Decisions, they may be more satisfied because they may have thought it through. Tell me the people that have regretted it, that did it as a kid. Those are the numbers that we really need to be talking about.
Bringing it up.
Well, it matters, but it is a small percentage. It's a distraction.
It's just a distraction and a scapegoat.
No, it's not.
They went really firm on it. They were
have some-
talking about it being a mental disorder. I mean, it was hard to listen
Vivek
to.
was disqualifying in how he talked
What really
about it.
pissed me off is when they talk about.
I want to call them some H's. I want to call them B's. I know you see my heart, and you know I don't want to do this, but like, these women frustrate me so much, and there's such a waste of oxygen on Earth.
Whoa.
That it just makes
Whoa,
me
that's
infuriated. To say that it's not a mental illness, for that dumb fake Republican to say that Vivek disqualified himself because he's given a medical explanation of what's going on with these young people, and they refuse to. They refuse to acknowledge it. They try to say, oh, the people that regret it, they don't count. They don't count. The people that say, listen, I'm warning young people, I regretted my decision. No, you don't count. Your feelings don't count. You're a distraction. They claim they care about trans people, but only the ones that they identify with.
Crime, because I'm a big anti-gun person in terms of shootout, mass shootings, etc., and these AR-15s. Even though I said the other day that if there was a loose criminal in the neighborhood like there was a couple of weeks ago, I would like to have a handgun. So I'm not 100% against guns, but
You like to have a handgun. Wouldn't you like to have an AR-15? You ignorant fool. If a dude has got an AR-15, you can give it don't matter that you got a handgun. You got a guy on the loose with a 5.56 turn through the community. You want a handgun?
This dude, man. Officer Tatum is a bull, bro. He is funny. I'm not gonna lie, he is funny. Hey.
they are so pro-NRA, this entire group of this clown car that was up there last night.
Not one of them talked about guns. We didn't even talk about the Second Amendment. I don't think they talk about the Second Amendment not one time in it.
They just changed the subject. I'm not gonna lie. Like, they just completely gave up on the other discussion. Maybe they'll refer back to it.
These people are stupid on The View.
And at the same time that they want to increase gun ownership and reduce crime, they don't understand the connection between crime and the guns. So if you have criminals who are mentally ill, a lot of them have guns. Okay, have a gun. Here's another gun. Walk around the street with another gun, and then they worry about crime. They don't make sense. They don't put things together. They were
You don't make sense. You dumb B. You don't make sense.
completely irrational, these people. And you know what? You talk about low information voters. These are low information candidates.
What?
Just like you said about the trans community. They don't even understand it. So how can you expect the American people to understand any of these? I don't know what they were talking about.
These people are the stupidest bees in America, and I call them bees. I ain't gonna call.
Bro, this dude Officer Tatum be going off, bro. He be going off, man. But I'm not gonna lie, like, they wasn't making that much sense. Like, the last lady didn't even talk about the topic at all. She said, forget this topic. I'm not talking about that. But if y'all want to watch the rest of his video, y'all go to his channel and watch it. It's titled Vivek Ramaswamy Triggers the View When He Declares Transitioning Kids is Cool. He just posted it. And yeah, so as far as Jojo, I just like to watch this stuff for fun. And I'll see y'all next time.